For successful entrepreneurs,
Perseverance.
zeal to take it aggressively,
Overextend yourself, make things happen.
believe we could change the world.
Just never say die.
Do it. Believe in it, do it.
With passion. And if this focus is there, everything is possible. It's done.
He's bound to get success.
Welcome to India Inc. I'm Akshay Tandon. Tell me something. Do you have big dreams? Dreams to make it really big in the world of business? Well, then you've tuned into the right show. Because on this show, we bring you people who have dared to dream and are living them successfully as well. Want to know how? Well, let's just listen in. And now let's talk about a designer with a difference. She hates routine and predictable designs. She hates the traditional method and thus has paved new for experimental designs. And that's what made her the name that she is today in the fashion fraternity. Meet Nida Mahmood, the young and famous fashion entrepreneur.
Adio Samba.
Sorry, baby. Better luck next time.
Hi, my name is Nida Mahmood. Well, I'd like to call myself a fashion designer and an artist, but I'm trained to be a designer, but I do a bunch of other things. Like I paint, I write about fashion, do a lot of interiors and a lot of products, lifestyle products and fashion accessories. So I do a bunch of things that have anything to do with design. Well, everybody's a doctor in my family. No one has anything to do with fashion whatsoever. In the wildest possible sense of imagination, no one had anything to do with design. But it's just something that I realized or figured that I wanted to do. Though very interestingly, I was studying to be a doctor. In class 11, when I started studying science, I realized that this is not what I really want to do. And it was actually quite hard to convince everybody, especially at that time, because now there's a lot more appreciation and acceptance of a career option as fashion design. At that point, it was more like, you know, you should take it up as a hobby, do these things, it's good fun for you, but you must do something more substantial. But I think my parents are always on my side, so it just worked out. I did take the NIFT exam and miraculously I cleared. And then on, it was one step at a time towards achieving something that, you know, that with a focus actually. Yes, it was extremely hard for me as well, but I did find a bunch of people who were genuinely there to guide me and to give me direction, to help me understand how things are done. There were people there to help on that level, but then it's a very, very difficult and a very fickle, if I may say so, industry. So you have to always be on your toes, you have to always be working hard. It's always going to be hard. With spending less money, trying to figure out your alternatives and, you know, maybe hold on for some time because you can't afford something. So I've faced all of that. I still do. Well, the first and most important is finances. I started out, I was working for other designers in very good establishments before I started out. So whatever little bit I made, one fine day when I decided I need to be on my own, that's all the money I had. And I did not want to take any monetary help from anyone else, not from my parents. I think I can safely say if there's a will, there's always a way, and you figure out how to do things, and you become penny wise, and you start understanding how to make things work out for yourself. I had no idea about how business is run before I entered into doing my own label. Yeah, I think I've smartened up a whole lot from a bunch of years ago, and I know a lot of things now, and I know how things work and what will work and what will not work. For me, fashion or anything else is art. My design philosophy has always been art translated. I think my forte lies in the fact that I treat everything that I do from an artistic point of view as an artist's endeavor, more than a designer's endeavor. I'm inspired by everything that is Indian, And I follow a story. If you look at what I've done in the past, there's a roadmap. And I'm stopping at the stops that I should stop at, not randomly taking detours here and there. I just have one focus. I need to do what I want to do. And if I'm not focused and if I don't think about the fact that I have a goal to achieve, it's never going to happen, because it's extremely difficult to go up this ladder. When you talk about YSL, or you talk about Dior, or you talk about Galliano, or any of these guys, they've been around for as long as the earth exists, almost. They have a very organized fashion sector. We are very disorganized. Still, things are very difficult in terms of, you keep hearing about all these odd things that keep happening around Fashion Week or any other such events. So we're still figuring things out. We're still trying to find how things work out to the best of our benefit. For us, we're still a cottage industry when it comes to investments and being organized about how to invest in a show. I like to dramatize all those simple, boring pieces that you might not enjoy as a ramp show. You come to watch a show, you want to enjoy it as much as you would like to see quality product. Sometimes you also make pieces which may not be wearable in the larger perspective or from a common man's point of view. But there are always takers for everything. It's important to create your niche. And when you have your niche, it takes you a while to get there. But when you have your niche, you have your market. People come to India for a specific thing, and you should give that to them. One needs to show what you're doing. You can't be cooped up in a hole and be creating beautiful stuff and not talking about it or not sharing it with people. So yes, you have to market yourself, but there has to be content that you will market. Fashion should always keep reinventing itself when you talk about a brand. You should always work around creating some sort of freshness to your existing flavor. You should not steer too far away from your flavor, because that is what you're known for. You have to keep your prices in control, which is the toughest job. Then you have to, at the same time, understand the pulse of the market. And after a while, as one goes deeper into the industry, one realizes that every day there's new competition, there are new people coming in, and a lot of them stay on, a lot of them don't. But those who stay on obviously have something good about them. When someone thinks about that particular flavor, your name should appear in their mind. So that's extremely important for a person to find a spot in the industry with all these thousands of mushrooming new designers, that I need to be a lot ahead of where I am right now. And I don't have a picture in my mind. And why should you have a picture? Maybe what's ahead in time is bigger than what you're imagining yourself to ultimately achieve. Doesn't have to have a face or a picture.
Well, looking at her designs, I can say her label epitomizes her design philosophy, that's art translated in more ways than one, which is also a reflection of her vivid personality. And with that, we're slipping in for a short break here. Thank you very much. But before that, let's listen in to Swapnil Kamal, marketing and sales expert, giving us some tips on making your business a successful venture.
Hi, welcome to India Inc. I'm Swapnil Kamath. Public speaking and presentations is one of our biggest fears. I'm here today to take you all through a few techniques on how you all can get better at making presentations the next time you'll do them. Being good at presentations is one of the key business skills of the 21st century. There are so many presentations being made, yet such few professionals are good at making presentations. Why are you making this presentation? That's the question you need to ask yourself again and again. Are you making this presentation to inform your audience about something? Are you making the presentation to persuade them? Or is it about sparking off a debate amongst the audience? Sometimes you could just make a presentation to evoke some kind of action. So ensure that you know the why. Once you know the why of the presentation, it's easier to deal with the how part. So be clear about the why. Give your audience an outline of the presentation. Your audience has probably been through so many presentations, they want it to be as simple as possible. Take them through at the start the key segments of the presentation and ensure that you inform them at the start and the end of each and every segment. Trust me, your audience doesn't want to think too much. They want it easy. Give it to them. Keep it interactive and conversational. The old way of doing presentations was about a presenter standing up here and delivering a speech, so to speak, to the audience. The new age way of making presentations is where you keep the audience involved. Make it conversational, ask them questions, encourage feedback from them. The more you involve the audience, the better your presentation will be. Know your audience. The most important thing for any presenter is to do a study on who his audience is. What do the audience know about the subject at hand? What are the audience's expectations from the presentation? What are their educational qualifications? Which level of the company do they belong to? Knowing all these things will help you make your presentation that much more relevant to them and ensure that your audience doesn't go off to sleep when they go through your presentation. It's important for every presenter to be crystal clear about the objective of the presentation. Double check the objective with your boss, because it's often seen in larger organizations that the boss and the person making the presentation have two totally different objectives in mind. Ensure that you can define the objective in one line. For example, the objective of this particular session is to help all of you all get better at presentations. If you can do that, more often than not, the audience knows that you know what you're talking about.
Strength of a successful entrepreneur is
Perseverance.
zeal to take it aggressively.
Overextend yourself, make things happen.
Believe we could change the world.
Just never say die.
Do it. Believe in it, do it.
With passion. And if his focus is there, everything is possible. It's done.
He's bound to get success.